I'm the face of the 7, not you. Me. I still score higher on every demo that counts. 18 to 34, 18 to 49, 25 to 54. They all love me.
Well, congratulations. I mean, this constant need to be loved by everyone is kind of pathetic, but, yay.
Did you find yourself sitting in total stunned silence when the credits rolled on The Boys Season 5 premiere? No music playing, just that chilling heavy silence? Yeah, you definitely aren't alone. The Boys are officially back for their final season, and guys, Eric Kripke and the team didn't just bring the heat, they burned the whole house down. This is easily the most anxiety-inducing premiere we have ever seen. Right out of the gate, we are hit with massive story drops, hilarious real-world satire, and the kind of brutal violence that makes you want to look away, but you just can't. But here is the thing. There is a very specific, hidden reason why Homelander decided to wake up a certain shield-throwing legend at the very end of Episode 2. It's not just about having dear old dad back. When you realize the science behind why he did it, it completely changes the stakes for the rest of the season. Plus, we have to talk about a heart-wrenching sacrifice that literally had me in tears, and some super deep comic details that link all the way back to Gen V. We're going deep today. Get your snacks ready, settle in, because we are breaking down every single twist in The Boys Season 5, Episodes 1 and 2. Let's dive into the madness. Just to catch everyone up before the blood starts flying, Season 4 ended on the darkest note possible. Homelander is now basically a shadow dictator, pulling all the strings behind the newly installed President Calhoun. We watched in horror as our favorite crew, Huey, Frenchie, MM, and Kimiko, were all rounded up and dragged away to prison like common criminals. Only Starlight and Butcher barely managed to escape the purge. This season opens up with a brilliant bit of editing. It jumps back and forth between the shiny, everything is fine reality Vought is selling on the news, and the super dark, gritty truth of what's actually happening on the ground. It's a perfect setup for the show's big themes this year: AI, deepfakes, and how the media is used as a weapon. Which brings us to the Vought International shareholder meeting. Guys, this scene is so funny, but so incredibly creepy. It's designed to look exactly like a real-world political convention. If you look closely at the crowd, there's even a guy wearing a Keep America Safe hat, a little nod to the political stuff we saw brewing with characters like Rufus in Gen V. Then, Homelander makes his entrance. He literally floats down from the ceiling like he is a messiah. The whole stage is a giant cross draped in the US flag, and Firecracker has backup dancers that look exactly like the ones from the Iron Man 2 Expo. It's peak Vought. But here is Homelander's real struggle. He is fighting this toxic internal battle between love and fear. He wants to be adored more than anything, but all he sees, even when he's listening to people's literal heartbeats, is pure, unadulterated terror. Even his own son, Ryan, who is stashed away at a school in Svalbard, can't stand the sight of him. Homelander is weaponizing faith to make sure his followers never stop to ask questions. But things go completely sideways when Starlight's underground resistance team pulls off the ultimate hack. They infiltrate the event and broadcast the infamous Flight 37 footage to the massive arena screens. Finally, after years of lies, the world sees what Homelander and Queen Maeve actually did to those innocent passengers. The silence in the arena is deafening. In a fit of pure childish rage, Homelander murders his own stage manager right there backstage, just for liking a few of Starlight's old social media posts. Just as Homelander's eyes stop glowing red, and he looks ready to laser the entire crowd, exactly like that dark fantasy he had back in Season 2, Sister Sage steps in. She is the new VP now, taking over Ashley's old job, and she is a master at spinning the truth. She pulls the ultimate modern world move. She tells the public, "Don't worry, that video is just an AI-generated deepfake made by Starlight's terrorists." And the crazy part? The public buys it instantly because it's the lie they want to believe. We see the social media comments flooding the screen, with QAnon-inspired hashtags and theories about the deep state framing their Superman. They even start claiming Starlight is a lizard person. Vought's PR machine, with lower-tier soups like Sheline and Jetstreak doing TikTok dances, effortlessly buries the truth. But Sage isn't just helping Homelander, she's testing him. She warns him that he's acting like Julius Caesar, and she ominously reminds him that Caesar was eventually murdered by the people he trusted the most. Keep an eye on Sage, guys. She's playing 4D chess, while Homelander is playing with action figures. Meanwhile, Homelander's regime has officially set up these freedom camps. We're looking at Camp 47, run by Vernon Connections, the private prison corporation that Tech Knight used to own. The design of these camps is really dark. They're meant to look like the concentration camps from World War II. There's even a sign that says "Freedom sets you free," which is a chilling reference to the signs at Auschwitz. The inmates are stripped of everything and forced to wear these embarrassing American flag bottoms and cheap, flimsy Homelander capes. Inside, our boys are having very different experiences. Frenchie is actually thriving in a weird way. He's sober, he's running a massive smuggling ring, and he's hiding all his contraband inside a hollowed-out copy of the Deep's ridiculous memoir, Deeper. Honestly, that is the most Frenchie thing ever. Mother's Milk, though, has hit absolute rock bottom. He is consumed by guilt because he didn't get his family out in time. He's resorted to bare-knuckle boxing for money, and is literally drinking toilet water to survive. It's heartbreaking to see the leader of the group so broken. Then there's Huey. Huey is the only one keeping hope alive. He reminds us that even though he doesn't have powers, his humanity is his actual superpower. The camp is guarded by returning thrites like Cindy, who we haven't seen in forever, and Love Sausage. And yeah, Love Sausage is still using his appendage to choke people out. There's a brilliant irony here. Cindy and Love Sausage used to be prisoners of Vought, and now they're the ones holding the keys. Realizing they can't climb the fence, Huey and Frenchie start digging a tunnel under the toilets, which is a hilarious and awesome homage to The Great Escape and The Shawshank Redemption. Now we have to talk about the most emotional moment of the premiere. Kimiko actually spoke. While she was exiled in Manila, she apparently went through intense speech therapy. She tells us she was motivated by her love for musicals and TikTok, which is so pure. But we also finally get the tragic backstory of why she went mute in the first place. She was forced into underground fighting rings as a child, and the rule was simple. The first girl to scream or cry during a fight was executed. It's a heavy, heartbreaking reveal that adds so much layer to her character. Seeing her regain her voice is such a big win in a show that usually doesn't give us many. On the other side of things, Starlight is rapidly losing her way. Annie is slowly morphing into Butcher 2.0. She's becoming cold, pragmatic, and willing to sacrifice innocent lives if it means stopping Homelander. She even admits that Queen Maeve's old cynical view of the world was right all along. When Huey looks at her and begs her not to turn into Butcher, you can see the toll this war has taken on her soul. This raises a massive question for the finale. Is Annie going to become the very thing she hates? Is the light finally going out? It's a terrifying thought that she might end up being the one Butcher has to stop. While all the drama is going on, we get some of the funniest satire the show has ever done. The Deep and the New Black Noir are hosting a Red Pill podcast called Manhandle. It is a spot-on parody of those alpha male influencer podcasts you see all over YouTube and TikTok. Their studio is filled with men-first posters, and The Deep is sitting there unironically calling romance beta male behavior. Since the public doesn't know the original Black Noir was killed by Homelander in Season 3, the actor under the suit has to stay completely silent. He communicates using a soundboard, with pre-recorded noir grunts and silence. But the new guy is a massive method actor. He starts using the Meisner technique, which leads to him randomly stroking the back of the Deep's neck while they're on air. It's awkward, it's creepy, and it's hilarious. The Deep's insecurity is on full display here. He's constantly trying to act like the alpha of the Seven, especially when he tries to bully A-Train. It's like a twisted version of those old Aquaman versus the Flash debates fans used to have, but way more violent and pathetic. If there is one character who stole the show, it's A-Train. He's been hiding his family in France, trying to be a better man. His brother is still in a wheelchair, a constant reminder of the racist attack from Blue Hawk. When the Deep shows up riding a literal hammerhead shark to threaten A-Train's family, A-Train knows he can't run anymore. During the prison break, where Butcher shows up with these terrifying V-tumor tentacles coming out of his chest, A-Train arrives just in time to save Huey. We get this epic sequence that feels like Quicksilver from the X-Men movies. He's zipping around, pulling grenade pins and saving everyone. He even runs past an old Turbo Rush poster, the brand Homelander stole from him, symbolically leaving Vought behind. he finally faces Homelander. And instead of being scared, A-Train laughs. He calls Homelander a loser to his face. For a guy who lives on fear, that laugh absolutely destroys Homelander's ego. Tragically, A-Train pays the ultimate price and dies saving Huey. It's the perfect end to his arc. He started the series as a selfish junkie who killed Huey's girlfriend, and he ended it as a genuine hero saving Huey's life. By episode 2, Vought is already spinning his death. They give him a massive religious funeral and blame Starlight for the murder. This is where we meet Oh Father, played by the amazing Daveed Diggs. He's the new soup priest who replaces Ezekiel, and he blasts Homelander with this holy light that makes Homelander feel like a literal god. It's sickening, it's hypocritical, and it's pure the boys. While everything is falling apart, Butcher is pushing forward with the Godolkin virus. He's getting darker by the second. He even visits his dying father just to mess with him one last time. Butcher gets his team into position using a Vought asset called The Worm, who is a hilarious parody of a Hollywood writer who's been replaced by AI. They test the virus on a soup named Rockhard, basically a parody of Marvel's The Thing, and it works. Rockhard literally crumbles into bloody pebbles. But here's the catch. The virus is airborne. If Butcher releases it, it kills every soup. Kimiko, Starlight, even the kids. Butcher is so full of hate and V-cancer that he honestly doesn't care. He just wants to see Homelander die. But Homelander has a backup plan. He realizes his allies are either terrified or useless, so he turns to the one person he hopes will actually love him, his father. In that final, jaw-dropping scene, Soldier Boy is taken out of cryosleep. He wakes up confused, angry, and throwing his shield like a dark version of Captain America. Here's the theory. Soldier Boy was injected with V1, the very first version of Compound V. This version gives true immortality. Homelander is starting to notice gray hairs. He's aging. He likely needs Soldier Boy's blood to make himself immortal, and more importantly, to become immune to Butcher's virus. If Homelander gets that blood, he becomes truly unstoppable. Before we go, there were some amazing nods to the original comics. We met more of the Teenage Kicks group, like Jetstreak and Countess Crow. Crow is definitely taking over the goth girl role that Popclaw had. We also got a mention of a movie called G-Men, Days Past from the Future, which is a direct shot at the X-Men franchise. And did you see the live stream chat? A user named Jack from Jupiter popped up. In the comics, he was a main member of the Seven, but he was replaced by Translucent in the show. It's a great little wink to the fans. The board is set, guys. Homelander has his father, Butcher has a virus, and the world is on the brink. Do you think Soldier Boy will actually stay loyal to his son this time? Or are we headed for a massive betrayal? And is Starlight too far gone to be saved? Let me know your wildest theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our breakdown of episode 3. This is going to be one hell of a final ride.